So Daniel, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Daniel Frostick and I'm the Chief Risk Officer at Fidelity. I'm married with 3 children, 6, 8 and 9. We're a fairly active family. We like our sports and adventure sports. We're all training for triathlons, even the kids. So we like to get out at the weekends. And my most recent hobby is downhill mountain biking. So that's what I got into over lockdown. Had a few accidents, but still here, so everything's going well. From a careers perspective, I've been in financial markets for 25 years, mainly with derivative products and from the risk perspective for most of that time.
How did you get into financial risk?
From a school perspective, I was always interested in maths. So it was my strongest subject and really enjoyed it. So I went the typical route of going for accountancy and got qualified as an accountant. And then I joined a firm in the city which offered spread betting. And this really got me into the derivative products and moved from accounting into risk. And building models and frameworks was something that I enjoyed. So it just developed from there.
What drew you to Finalto?
Finalto had a name that I recognised from the industry. I worked in the same industry before, so I knew about the technology and the liquidity that they offered. It was a good reputation. So when I came and met the CEO, it was I knew about the firm. It was more interesting about the role, and he was very positive and excited to grow the business. He's got a really good vibe. I enjoyed meeting him, and I had the chance really to develop frameworks and systems for risk, which was really exciting. And I've been here 2 years now and enjoying it very much.
What does a day in the life of a CRO look like? What is your main role in the company?
So my role really is to look after or identify the risks of the firm and make sure we have them managed properly. And properly, I say, within the risk appetite of the board. So I tend to be looking at things from a top-down perspective, looking at our macro risks and looking at them with the board, making sure that they're aware of the risks and how much risk we have. And then making sure we manage them within our appetite. So they communicate the appetite to me and we discuss, and then I need to go and deliver that within the business. Then from a bottom-up perspective, really working in the business at all the risks across the firm. We have logs of these and it runs into their hundreds. So we're not necessarily focused on every single little risk, but if we can evaluate them and use the experts within the firm to give us their evaluation of risks, we can sort them and focus in the right areas. Then I'm using those risks to feed back into the business, into strategic plans, where we should focus efforts to develop and grow the business, and basically looking at the whole picture as an enterprise risk management framework.
You must have come up against some challenges in your time. How do you approach them?
Challenges come in a lot of different ways. I guess the largest challenges that I've really seen are when we have events from outside. You've got going back to sort of the Twin Towers and things like that were just events we didn't see coming, and it was it's difficult to react to. And then you've got, through time, you've got the financial crisis, Swiss franc 2015. These are all events that sort of hit us that you weren't expecting them, and the business has to deal with them. The good thing is that over time you begin to develop your response to these things, become more resilient as a firm. And I think it helps build your processes and your business continuity plans, disaster recovery and things like that, so you can respond to these incidents. I know more recently with obviously COVID, I can't go through an interview without mentioning that, came up, and it was at my start with Finalto, so I'd only just been here a few months, but the response to it was really good and they handled it really well. And as far as I understand, there were no impacts outside the firm to clients, etc., which is really good. So that's testament to what was in place already, but we can't be complacent with what we've got in place, because the next event could be around the corner, it could be very different. So we're always preparing for the unexpected, but there are always challenges, but we learn from them.
How has the last 2 years affected your role?
The last 2 years has been very interesting. I think the biggest impact, and for most people I imagine, is working from home, which has changed. We're out of the office. We're all speaking to people remotely in a whole new world. It's a whole new way of working. There's pros and cons to it. I've really enjoyed being at home, getting the extra time, avoiding the commute means I've got more time to work. And I get a head start on work, which is fantastic. Obviously, personal life helps as well. I can see the children, I can do the school runs now and then. So it all works very well. I do miss getting back in the office and hearing the buzz on the trading floor and, speaking to people, meeting people. So some sort of hybrid approach in the future will obviously work, and that's what we're trying at Finalto. Getting people in a couple of days, a week, really works well with the mix of being at home as well. At home, you can concentrate on writing policies or programming or developing models, which is fantastic. Whereas in the office, you can actually get out and sit with people as they do things and actually understand what they do. So yeah, a hybrid approach, I think, is the best way forward.